Meanwhile, in the city, Lloyd's former party leader, Hero Alan, is troubled by another issue. He has not been able to find a white mage to replace Lloyd, because he rejects everyone just by looking at their resumes. The girls in his party nervously tell him that even the best candidates can only cast 2 enchantment spells at once, and Alan calls them a bunch of incompetent morons. The shield user Rena says that maybe Lloyd was special, and Alan mocks her for even thinking something so stupid. Just then, a knight enters the room, telling Alan that he has an urgent message for him. He reports that their forest patrol unit spotted a massive monster army heading towards them, and they need the hero's help immediately. Alan and his party are shocked to hear this, but he decides to accept the request, and the knight is really happy to hear this. He immediately leaves to relay the good news to other knights, but as he goes, the girls ask Alan if they can really fight such a huge monster army without a white mage. He replies that it is a direct request from the kingdom, and they should accept it to score some brownie points. More than that, he wants to show the world that he is still the strongest, even without a useless support mage in his team. On the other hand, Lloyd and Claire reach a cliff from where they can see another monster horde, which is even larger than the one heading towards Ishtar. Lloyd panics, realizing that if this group combines with the attackers, the city will be done for. He says that they need to defeat them here somehow, and Claire asks if there is a way to stop them without killing them. Lloyd is surprised by her request, but Claire says that these monsters are just innocent creatures whom the demons brainwashed by stealing her power. She feels partially responsible for this too, and that is why she doesn't want the monsters to get hurt. Lloyd realizes that Claire is a true animal lover who cares even about monsters, and he promises to find a way that can stop the monsters with the least amount of harm. Claire gets really happy at this, and then Lloyd looks at the monster horde before asking her if she can send them back home using her power. Claire is not confident that she can command all the monsters, and Lloyd tells her that he will increase her mana capacity and spell efficiency. Claire decides to give it a try and steps ahead. Lloyd gets ready to buff her up, but she is unable to cast her spell because of the interference of a dark device in the forest. Back in the city, Alan has reached the Adventurers Guild, and he mocks the adventurers gathered, calling them too weak for the job. The adventurers are offended by this, and then Alan's girls tell him that all rank and above parties are out of town. He mocks them even more, and one guy gets ready to throw hands. His friend stops him because they shouldn't fight the hero, and luckily, the guild master arrives before the situation worsens. He says that they are here to fight monsters and not each other, and Alan scoffs as he gets up to declare his plan. He says that their mages will start the fight by firing their most powerful spells to kill as many monsters as they can, and after that, he will lead the knights and other fighters to hold back the monsters while the mages recharge their mana. Alan believes that a bunch of monsters won't be a problem with his brilliant strategy, but the other adventurers wonder if he was dropped as a child. Alan notices their dissatisfaction and asks if they have something to say. A mage nervously says that they don't have enough power to kill a bunch of monsters in one hit, and others agree, saying that even killing one is a pretty big order. Alan yells at them, saying that this is the bare minimum they should be able to do, but then the mage of his own party says that she is not so confident either. She claims that the power of her spells has been decreasing recently, and she can't do powerful attacks like before. Alan yells at her, asking why did she hide it from him all this time, and the girl timidly tells him that she is not the only one because everyone else in the party has also felt their performance decline ever since Lloyd was kicked. Alan loses his temper on hearing this, asking why did they betray him by staying silent for so long, and Rena tells him that they didn't betray him, he just didn't notice because he grew complacent ever since becoming a hero. She says that he has not even trained in a bit, so that makes it even more pitiful that he hasn't noticed a change in his strength. The crowd is aghast to learn that Alan has not been practicing, and he calls Rena a bitch for ratting him out. He tries to punch her, but she easily blocks his ass attack, making him lose even more aura in front of everyone. He runs away in embarrassment and his girls follow him, but Rena stays behind. The other adventurers panic because they can't win against the monsters when the hero is this weak. But Rena tells them to calm down because she will assume the command. She declares her intentions to leave Alan's party because he is no longer fit to be called a hero, and she will fight alongside all of them. Everyone is relieved to hear this, and Rena says that their best chance at survival is to find the white mage named Lloyd. Meanwhile, Lloyd and Claire find a black magistone, which is the thing that is blocking her spells. Lloyd tells her that they found this magistone in another location as well, and this is what's controlling the monsters. He says that they need to destroy it, and Claire says that there must be multiple Magistones nearby, because the horde is too large to be controlled by just one. Lloyd asks her if she can detect the Magistones, and she replies that she can only do it when they are close to her. That is enough for Lloyd, and he uses his search magic and sense-sharing spell combo to find the location of other Magistones quickly. Claire hasn't even understood that part when he suddenly casts an invisibility spell on themselves so that they can get closer to the Magistone without getting noticed by the monsters. Claire starts getting suspicious of Lloyd's abilities at this point, but she follows him to the Magistone and neutralizes it with her powers. As soon as she does that, the monsters are freed from its control and leave the area. On the other hand, the adventurers and knights are ready to face the monsters at the city border, but the captain of the knights is anxious about their plan. The adventurer guild master, on the other hand, decides to believe Rena's words and puts his faith into Lloyd's hand. Earlier, as Rena told the adventurers about how Lloyd was the secret MVP of the hero's party despite being a white mage. The adventurers couldn't believe this, but the guildmaster did, and he told Rena that they won't be able to get Lloyd's help this time because he is out of the city on a quest and will take a week to return. Rena was shocked to hear this, but she immediately calculated that Lloyd could shorten the duration of the travel. She asked everyone to gamble their lives on Lloyd returning, and since they have already made that decision, the guildmaster sees no point in worrying. Just then, the monster horde approaches them and Rena commands the archers and the mages to start attacking. The attacks weaken the monster formation, and as they jump into the trenches, powerful water currents sweep them away, buying more time for Lloyd and his party to return. Soon, the night arrives and Yui's group takes a break, hoping to reach Ishtar as quickly as possible to support Lloyd. Meanwhile, Lloyd and Claire also reach the last Magistone and neutralize it. They are glad that all monsters are free now, but as soon as they are free, the panthers and the wolves start fighting each other. They knock over the Magistone, hitting Claire and disrupting her invisibility. The monsters immediately turn their attention towards her and she panics, but Lloyd quickly runs away to the other side and shoots some fireworks to distract them. On the other hand, Rena and others are still holding off the monsters, when their right wing falls to the ruthless attack from the monsters. What is even worse is that more monsters are heading towards them, and just as everyone is about to give up hope, a powerful fire spell defeats the monsters. Everyone rejoices as they see Yui and her S-rank party joining the battle, because it means that Lloyd is close too. In the meantime, Lloyd is playing tag with two teams of monsters trying to catch him. He keeps dodging and running away, but realizes that his stamina is not infinite. Claire also notices that he is just dodging and not attacking the monsters, and she thinks that it is because she asked him not to hurt them. She decides to help him as he gets overwhelmed and starts singing a song. The monsters suddenly stop their aggression on hearing her song and quietly return to the forest, and Lloyd is really impressed. He asks Claire how she controlled the monsters, and she tells him that her power doesn't control them. It only conveys her feelings to them, and she asked them to go home. Lloyd thanks her for saving her life and says that they should return to Ishtar now, where Yui's party has given a new hope to the defense forces. However, even with their help, the monsters quickly overpower the humans. Rena also gets injured during the fight, and soon after that, the monsters break through the defense formation entirely. Everyone gives up hope, but just then, they hear Claire's sweet song that is being played at full volume thanks to Lloyd's support magic. Her magic suddenly pacifies the monsters, and they head home without attacking any human or another monster. Everyone is surprised by this, and Lloyd tells Claire that her amazing magic saved many lives here. However, the battle is still not over as a group of giant rock golems head towards the city, and Lloyd decides to stop them at any cost.